I am printing up a chapter right now for school so that I can be able to do some studying tomorrow. And as I had a little bit of extra energy this evening, because I've had a really long day, so I wasn't able to really wind down mentally to go to sleep. I just felt like, a lot of people have been, that I've been dealing with recently, have been dealing with their just drugs. But most of the people that I've been dealing with, I deal with in my life have addictions for drugs or alcohol. But what I'm realizing is that, and I'm naturally, I think that if you know somebody that has an addiction issue, that you know that it's a compound problem. Typically, you're dealing with a lot of trauma. You're dealing with some mental health issues. A lot of times, what's happening is that there's a mental health problem going on. And that doesn't mean that you have to have a mental illness. There's a mental health problem going on. Mental health problems doesn't mean that to have a mental health problem doesn't automatically ensure, an illness. It means a lack of thought pattern, a lack of proper thought pattern. So I really wanted to sort of touch base today about some of the things I did to help myself change. And I really want to encourage people that are in the midst of their change that this is a process and not an event. For some people, it hits them and it's a 1-2 punch and they can't do it anymore, right? And for some people, it's a gradual process. For me, it took 41 years of being beaten down. And then one day it just clicked. And I'll be honest with you, I still struggle. I struggle all the time and I'm so far from perfect. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that once it clicked, I was able to start getting. I've learned some of the things I have learned for sure is there needs to be a healthy sense of radical acceptance of what you've done. Now, when I say radical acceptance, I mean like accepting it, like it is what it is, and realizing it's a fact, and doing your best to really look at your life almost like you're a bystander, right? And you're able to just play your life up in front of your eyes like a movie. And as you're doing that, saying to yourself, okay, this part was my fault. That part, to account that what decisions were made on their part or your part or whatever. And I'm not saying giving excuses to your behavior, or their behavior, but understanding that people make decisions in a very complex way. People are complex, and just calling it what it is. In doing that, you're able to sort of start figuring out what it is that you're doing that isn't working and why and how you can stop it. It's hard to sit with yourself as you do this. And introspection in daily life is difficult. I had the blessing, and most people would say that jail isn't a blessing, but I felt like it was. I was in county jail facing a lot of time, and I had nothing but time on my hands. You know what? Let me turn that light off behind me because I'm sorry, guys. It seems like it is a little bit bright. So I'm going to try and change the lighting in here. I apologize. I just realized that was pretty bright behind me. Let's try that. I think that's a little bit better. Okay. But anyway, I think that what ends up happening is that you're able to start really, really being honest with yourself as to why things have happened. Okay. And take responsibility for the part that's yours and only that part. That's the thing. You don't take responsibility for more than what's yours and say everything's your fault, or, I used to say to people, anything that's happened to you after the age of 18 is your fault. I mean, okay, granted, somewhat that's true because we're typically on our own at the age of 18, right? And we are legally in America able to make our decisions on our own. And so thus the decisions that we make, whether or not they be to continue to be cowed down by our parents or life or whatever, they are on us. However, it's so much more than that. It's there's a culmination of the reasons why you choose the things that you do, the fears that you have, the hurts that are still there, and then the same thing around other people. So I was able to face down that kind of stuff and realize that. And at the end of the day, I want to stop right here real quick, and I want to say, in my life, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. I'm a firm believer that he died for my sins and that he rose from the grave on the third day, and he loves me very, very much. And I know that all of these things that I'm telling you were a gift from God to me. So I firmly believe none of this revelation that I'm giving you is mine. It was imparted upon me by Jesus, that I'm able to even share it to you with you. So if you're a non-believer, I'm going to try my best to give this to you in wording that can hopefully help you. But I'm going to be really honest. At the end of the day, I feel that Jesus is the answer. Now, I don't want to put you off with whatever I'm going to say after this, but I really encourage you to hear me, because I really will try to use wording that allows you to maybe access this. Okay. There's my baby. So, well, guys, I guess that sort of changed everything. I'm going to have to do this live feed another time. He really got hurt today and busted his head open. So I've got to end this. All right. God bless. Bye.